All right, so let's start over here. As I said, we're going to start by first cleaning, right? Cleaning the data, because I mean, as an analyst, when your data comes in, one of the first things to do is to make sure that the data is in the right order that you can do further analysis on it. Okay, so we're gonna do such kind of cleaning, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do that. Okay. All right, and then after that, we have some crucial questions over here that we want to answer, okay, using the data. And then, as I said, you also have a chance to do some of the analysis. Right after I have demonstrated how to do it, you can go ahead and then do this kind of analysis on it, and then you submit for me to check for you. All right, so we're gonna use two data sets over here. One is a JSON file, right? So you can see here we have in category.id.json. Then we have the in YouTube trending data.csv. okay, so I mean, the data is actually coming from India, so that's why you see in over here, right? So it's coming from India, so mostly it's about most channels in India and how people watch YouTube videos and stuff over there, right? So that's the data that we have. So we're going to start by first loading the data set. Okay, so I'm going to initially import all the libraries that we're going to use, right? The likes of pandas, numpy, and all that. I'm sure you are familiar with all these libraries, so I'm just going to run that. All right, and then we start by first loading the first data set, which is the in category.id. in category_id.json. All right, so it's a JSON file, so I'm using pd.read_json to read it. Okay, all right, and then I'm storing everything in categories. All right, so that's gonna give us the categories, the various categories that the videos fall into. Okay, let me run this one as well. This one is just seaborn, setting the style of seaborn to a white grid. Okay, when we're doing visualization, we're gonna use that. I should have put it somewhere here. Okay, all right, so that's basically what we're doing. So let me show you what we have inside this category, right? So this is what we have inside the category. So we have the kind, right, which is of course is a YouTube video, and then we have the tag, and then we have the items that are there, right? When you look at it like this, you don't really get much information about what is there, right? So let me do this. For instance, I'm gonna select, say, the items, right, the items column. Let me do it like this. If I go into the items column, this is what we have in the items column, right? We have it's form of a dictionary, so we have kind, and the YouTube video category something, right? So that's basically what I've selected. Now I'm just gonna see only the first item over there, right? So I'm indexing the first item, which is gonna give me this one, right? The 0, right, 0 1, which is just gonna give me this. So if I select that one, so now you can see the various things that are inside that. We have the kind, which is YouTube something. We have the e tag, which is something over there. And then we have the ID, right, to be one. We have snippet. Inside snippet, we have another dictionary inside there. Okay, we have the title, and then that's gonna give you the category, the real category that the particular video falls into. So this video fall into films and animation. Okay, where it's assignable or not, and then the channel ID will also come. Okay, so you can go ahead and then select individual things from this this category. For instance, if I want only, say, the ID, right, I can go ahead. Once I have selected this, I can go ahead and then I'll say that I want, say, the ID, right? You can go ahead and then select the ID. So if I do this, see that I've been able to select the ID as 1, right? So if I don't want the ID, let me see what else I can select. Maybe I want let me go inside snippet, right? I can go inside the snippet. Then when I go inside snippet, now you see the snippet is also a dictionary, so I can select the title over there, right? So if I get the title over here, now you see that I've been able to select the film and animation. Okay, so I can do things like this to select individual components from this category. All right, okay, so I'm just gonna create a dictionary over here, right, which is going to contain all those categories that we have. Okay, so I'm doing for I in categories item, that is for every item that we have. Let me get rid of this one, right? for all these, right, in the category icon, the category column. So we have all this. So for in that, for every item over there, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select so it's just going to be the same thing that we did up here, right? Let me undo. Yeah, so I'm gonna have the I is just gonna be here. Okay, this is gonna be I, and then snippet and title. Okay, so that I'll be able to select the individual titles from that. Okay, so let me run that, and then once I do that, I'm putting everything in the category, right, in the category dictionary, which is gonna be the a dictionary of the titles. Okay, so let me run that, and then once, if I show you here, now see that I have all the titles selected. Okay, I have all the titles and the IDs selected. Okay, all right. So for instance, if I put 0 over here, that is going to give me the first ID, which is film, and then animation, right, which is what we have over here. Okay, film and animation. All right, and let me see the ID for film and animation. Let me take this one from there. See that the ID is 1. Okay, so that's basically what you have over here, right? If I put 1 over here, see that the ID over there is 2, right? So that's the ID I've extracted, and the title is what? Autos and vehicles. Okay, autos and vehicles. So basically that's what I'm doing. All right, then I'm going to read the second data set, which is the in YouTube training data.csv, right? And I'm storing everything in DF. All right, so let me write that. Great. Now let me show you what we have inside there. All right, so here we have the video ID, the title, the published art, right, and then which is basically the date that the video was published at. Okay, and then the channel ID, the channel title, the category ID. We have the trending date, right? That is the date that is, that video was trending. The tag, right? The tags that they use, the video count, the likes and dislikes, the comment count. We have the thumbnail link. We have the comments disabled, whether the comment is disabled or not, right? And then this, whether the ratings are disabled or not, and then description. Okay. All right, so that's what we have in the data set. All right, so I'm just gonna do some statistical analysis over here. Right, so here when you use the describe function, you can see that it's gonna do it on the columns that are numeric. Okay, whether it's an integer or a float column. Okay, so the category ID, the view count, likes and dislikes. So here you can see, you can do some analysis over here. For instance, you can check to see the maximum likes that you have. Okay, remember we have max here, so you can check to see the maximum likes. Remember, this is tens of thousands. Okay, so that's why you see E plus 07, right? So that's 10 raised to the power 7, or 07 over there. So it's tens of thousands, right? The same thing with the dislikes. So you can see the maximum likes, you can see the minimum likes, right? So there are some videos that do not have any likes in there, and then you can also see the average likes. Okay, and the same thing for the dislike, the comment as well, right? You can see the maximum comment, the minimum comment, and the average comment. The same with the view count, right? The maximum view, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right, so this is the the describe function. Let's use the info to also see what we have, right? So the info is saying that we have in total 152,593 entries in there, right? Starting from 0 to 500 and to 152,592. Okay, and then we have 16 columns in there. All right, so basically that's what we have for all the features or the columns that we have, and the rows and then the columns also being given to us. Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do here is that I'm just selecting one channel ID that I just want to see how it is. So the way that I got a channel ID, if you see the data sets, right, let me just print the head over here for you to see. Okay, so the inside the data set we have the channel ID. Okay, so I just copied this first channel ID over here, right? Then I put it over here. Okay, that is what I did. All right, and then to get the channel ID. So when I run that, let me go. You see that this same channel ID appears several times over here, right? All right, so it might be possible that it has different videos, right? Or maybe it could be also same video appearing several times. So later on I'll try to drop duplicates to make sure that I don't have duplicates in the various videos, right? The channel can appear several times because the channel can have different videos that will come, but the same video shouldn't be appearing over and over again, right? Because it's just going to give us the same information but in a duplicate manner. All right, so the later one I will do that. All right, so let's start over here. What I'm going to do here is that I'm going to check to see the number of unique video IDs, right? So that's going to give me the number of unique videos that we have for there. So you can see that we have 46,294, right? Although initially we saw that we have 152,593, right? Which means there are a lot of duplicates, video IDs in there, right? So which we need to deal with. Okay, and then for the channel title, right, which is going to give me the unique channels in there, right? So let's run that. So for unique channels we have 409. Okay, all right. These entries could change, right? So in this case I got this one, right, depending on how you prepare the data. Okay, all right, so for unique channels I got 4,009. All right, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drop the channel ID and then the thumbnail, which I never used, right? So this one I dropped it later, right? Because I never used it to answer the questions that we were having. So that's why I came back to drop it. But initially, if you don't know what to drop, you can just comment this one out, right? Because you don't really know what to drop. So you can leave it. All right, but I know that I never used it. So that's why I dropped it. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to create two new variables, right? One is going to be df underscore max views, and then one is going to be df underscore min views, right? So the max view is going to contain the maximum count of the views, right? The videos with the maximum count, and then the minimum df underscore min views is going to contain the videos with the minimum count. Okay, that is the minimum view count. So here you can see that I'm selecting the view count, right, and I'm sorting it. Okay, sort values, right? I'm sorting it and I'm setting ascending equals false so that it starts from the highest to the smallest, right? And I drop any duplicate video ID that I have over there. Okay, and once I do that, I'm just doing the same thing for the minimum, but here sending ascending equals true, so that I start from smallest to the highest. Okay, so that I'll be able to select that. All right, so let me run this one first. Okay, so this is the videos with the highest view count over here, right? So you can see, if you see the view count of them, you can see that the view count is very large. Okay, and let's run this one and see. Okay, now here if you see the view count, and if you compare it with this one will be very high, right? View count in there as compared to these ones over here. Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do now over here is that I'm going to create one new variable again, which is called number of days in trending. That is the number of days that a video was trending, right? So I'm going to group my data set by the video ID, right? And I'm going to see it by the with respect to the view count. Okay, and then I count how many times that the video was that particular video ID was trending. Okay, so that will give me the particular video that will give me the count of the trends of that particular. Let me run it and then I'll show you what is inside there. Okay, all right, now if you can see, the count is over there and then the video ID is there, right? So that's basically what I'm gonna have in this dictionary, right? So let me just get rid of this one, right? And then I'm going to use this one later on. Okay, so that's why I created it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is that here I will explain this one to you, but I'm going to create a function here which is going to be fetch video category, right? So which is going to give me the categories that we have, whether film and animation, whether music, or whatever it is. Okay, so that's what it's going to give me. So when I call this function, there should be a number here. So for instance, as I am demonstrating over here, right, when I go into the categories and then I pick the item column like we did up there, okay, then I provide whatever ID that I want. Okay, then I go inside the snippet, the title, that's gonna give me whatever title that is there. So if I run this, you see that it's music. If I change this one to 1, right, this is autos and vehicles, right? If I change this one to whatever, if I change it to 10, right, it's gonna give me comedy. Okay, so that's basically what is gonna happen, right? Remember that we saw this one earlier on. This one is gonna give me the category, the items column. Okay, and then when I add this one, right, when I add the index over there, right, when I add the index, it's gonna give me this. Okay, all right, and I'm interested in this one. Okay, I'm interested in this one over here, so I can just put this one here, and then I go inside snippet. I go inside snippet, and then once I go inside snippet, then I pick the title, okay, so that I'll have the particular title that is associated with it. Okay, so if I run it again, now you see that I have the title to be there as autos and then vehicles. Okay, so that's basically, so I copied the entire thing here, right, and then I put it over here. Right, categories, items, snippet, and then title. Now this value is going to be the number that I have to put over there. That's going to be the number that I have to supply to the function that I'm creating. Okay, and this number I'm going to get it from the category ID. Okay, so if I go into my max underscore views, right, and then I go to the category column, I'm going to the category ID column, whatever number there is going to be applied into the function. That's going to be fed into the function. So maybe the number there is 1, then here is going to be 1, and then here is going to be 1, then it's going to return autos and vehicles for me. Okay, so basically that's what I'm doing. Right, if you want to see what is inside this one as well, you can just run this code. Okay, let's see what is there. All right, so the category is having numbers in there, right? Some are 27, 10, whatever that is going to be there. So whatever number is going to be there, you're going to have the respective, it's going to supplied over here, it's going to have the title. All right, so I'm doing the same thing. That's going to happen to, I'm applying the function to the df underscore max views, the df underscore min views, and then the df itself. Okay, all right, so each of these data set is going to have a new column called video category. Okay, video category, which is going to contain the video category that we're going to extract. Right, so let me just run that. Right, and if you go all the way here, right, you see that video category is there, and you have the various categories in there: comedy, drama, family, thriller, and so on and so forth. Okay, remember that I'm just showing you one over here, just a sample of 5, so that's why you see only 5 coming. Okay, only 5 rows coming. All right, now once that is done, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm just checking the various the different categories that we have. Okay, so once I do that, we have the categories in the account, right? So for foreign, we have a lot of foreign videos in there, right? So if the YouTube channel or the video is not made in India, is categorized as foreign. Okay, so that's gonna be there. Or maybe it's made in India, but it can be the person who uploaded the video can make it a foreign, right? Because maybe the person used English and there's something like that. So depending on the category that the person selected. Okay, so this is 58,179. Comedy comes next as 28,725, and so on and so forth. Okay, then after that, what I'm going to do is that we have 2 different columns in there, which is the published at and then the trending date. Okay, those 2 columns, I want to format them to the proper date, right? So that Python will treat those columns as date. Okay, because now it's just see it as one of the usual columns, but not a date column, right? So I want Python to see it as a date, right? So if you see the if you go here, you see the publish at column, right? It's a date, but it's something you can't really understand it, right? Python will not really understand what it is, right? So I want Python to really treat it as date. Okay, right now if we check the type, if we do df.d types, that is to check the various data types that we have, right? You see that let me see, publish at column is just an object. Okay, it's just an object over there, and if you see the trending date is also just an object. So I want to make sure that they are really date. Okay, so that's basically what I'm doing over here. So let me run that. Okay, now if you check it again, if you check the data type again, .d types. Okay, now you see that instead of object is seeing it as date times 64, right? Date times 64 UTC. Okay, that's basically what you want to do. All right, now let's see if we have some null values in there. Okay, now you can see that channel art, we have some one null values in there. That's missing data in there, right? And then if you see description, there are a lot of videos without description, a whole lot, right? 16,773 of videos don't have description. That's quite weird. All right, now here what I'm going to do is that if the channel doesn't have any title in there, I'm just going to give it other. Okay, and also if the description doesn't have any title, I'm going to give it as no description provided. Okay, instead of letting it be a missing value, that's what I'm going to do, right? So that there won't be any missing values in there. Okay, because I don't want to drop the video because it doesn't have a title. Okay, I want to put the no description in there if it doesn't have a description, and if it doesn't have a title, the title over there is going to be other. Okay, so now if I check if we have, let me just copy the code from here. If I check again if there's missing values in there, see that now we don't have any missing values in there, right? Unlike here. All right, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to drop duplicates. All right, so if any title has come several times, the same video has repeated several times in our data set, it's just giving us the same information, which we don't really need those duplicate things. So I'm just dropping it. All right, now we're going to check, we're starting with the various analysis that we said we're going to do. Okay, so first we're going to check the channels with the most view count. Okay, the channel that has the most view count. So I'm going to the max view. Remember we created this, right? df_max views. Then I'm going to group it by the video category, right? And with respect to the video, the view count, and I'm summing it. Okay, so that I'll have the sum of each of the categories. Okay, and I'm resetting the index because if you do the group by over here, the index is just gonna mix up, so you just reset it. Okay, so I'm just doing it for all of them, right? And that's just going to be stored in this variable, right? df_views_analysis, and then I'm going to do the same thing with respect to the likes. Okay, so first I'm doing it with respect to the view count, then I'll do another one with respect to the likes, then I store it in df_like, and then I'm doing again with respect to dislike, then I store it in df_dislike, then I do again with respect to the count, then I store it in df_count. Okay, and then inside this one, which I have grouped with respect to the view count, I'm just going to add all of them together, right? So df_views analysis, right? I'm just gonna add the likes that we just created, okay, which is gonna be df.likes, and then I'm also adding the dislike as well. So I'll have two more columns inside this one that I've created. Okay, let me run that, then you see it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna have. You have the view category, the view counter, the likes and dislikes over there, right, for all of the categories. Okay, all right, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have the channel also. Okay, the channel, I'm going to group it by the channel, right? I'm going to group it by the channel title over there. All right, so let me do it over here, and remember I'm storing it in channel_group _df. Okay, now once I do that, I'm going to see which channel is having the most view count. Okay, so you can see that I'm selecting the view count, right, and I'm checking the count which is equivalent to the maximum count. Okay, that's gonna give me the channel with the most view count. So once we do that, you can see the T series, right? So T series is one of the most popular channels in India. So you can see that that one is having the most view count. You can see the view count here is quite huge. Okay, it's very much huge. Okay, and the likes and dislikes and stuff, they are very huge over there, right? Remember, this is for the entire channel. Okay, the entire channel T series. I'm just going to plot this one so that you see the various view count, the likes and dislikes, and then the comment count over here, right? So that's why I'm selecting and creating a list of that, right? And then let me actually plot this one, then you see what I'm doing over here. All right, so I'm setting the figure size to be 18 by 8 over here, and then I'm doing subplot, of course, 2 columns, as you can see, this part, right, we have 2 columns, right, this and that, and then we have 2 rows, which is this part, we have 2 rows as well. Okay, and we have the first position, which we put this one there, and then the second position, which is gonna be these ones that we have put in over here. Okay, basically that's what we're doing over there, right? And we are using the channel underscore group df to do that. Okay, that's gonna be on the x-axis. So on the x-axis of each of them is gonna be the various channels. Okay, and then the y-axis is just gonna be the various counts. Okay, so here is the view count for the channels, here is the dislike count for the channels, here is the likes count for the channels, here is the comment count for the channels. Okay, now you can see that if you check the view count, you can see that T series has the most view count. Okay, but it doesn't really mean that if you have the most view count, definitely you're going to have the most likes. If you see the likes, you can see that 𝗗𝘹𝘆𝘁𝗶𝗰𝘀 Vlogs is the one that is having the most likes. Okay, and you can see that Foxstat Hindi is the one having the most dislikes, right? And then comment count, if you see hype labels, that's the one having the most comment count. Okay, that's the channel that most people comment a lot. All right, so I mean, these are great insights you can draw from your data set. Okay, it could be a customer related data set, it could be anything, right? But I mean, once you get the idea of how to draw insights from your data, you're good to go to do it for any data set. Okay, all right, now we're going to also see the channel that is having I mean the category, right, the most watched category as well. So let's do that. All right, so here what I'm just doing is that I'm selecting the video category, and then I'm summing it and grouping it by the video category, right? And I'm storing it in the variable called category group df, right? And that's what I'm showing you here. So you can see all the video category are here, and then the counts are here, right? But here I've not grouped it into, I mean, in ascending or descending order. So if you see the view count, right, although animation is coming first, but doesn't mean that that's the one with the highest, right? If you go through, you see that there are some that are even way large, right? Comedy is having a lot, foreign is having way much over here, right? But in order to see that, I'm just gonna see which one having the maximum view count, like we did earlier on. Okay, which group is having the maximum view count. If we run that, see that is the foreign. Okay, so foreign is the one having the most view count over there. All right, okay, so let's plot it, and then we will see the view count, the likes, dislikes, and then comment for the category. Remember here I'm using the category group df. Earlier on I used channel group df. Okay, so let's do it for the category. Okay, now if you see the category, you see that foreign has the most view count, right? And the likes too, foreign has the most likes. Okay, the comedy has the most comments. Dislike, foreign has the most dislike. Interesting, right? All right, okay, now let's see the ones that are having the least watch, right? So the categories with the least watch, we've seen the categories with the most watch, but now let's see it with the least watch. Okay, all right, so the difference here is that I'm using n smallest, that's the number of smallest. Okay, so I'm selecting 5 smallest, I mean the categories with the 5 smallest count over there. Remember here I use n largest. Okay, so the five categories with the largest count. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5, that's what you're seeing over here, right? If I change this one to 6, you're gonna have I mean, you can just play around these things, right? You can just play around them. All right, so we see that now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over there, right? So I mean, you can just play around them. So I'm using n largest over here for the most count, and then I'm using n smallest for the least count. That's the only difference. Okay, so let me run that. Okay, so once I do that, now you can see that shows over here is the one with the least count. Okay, shows has the least count, followed by science and technology, music, classic, horror. Okay, and if you see the likes, you can see that again shows has the the least likes, right? And if you see the dislikes, science and technology is having the least. It's having the least dislikes. And the comment count, you can see that shows having the least comments over there. Okay, all right, so if you have a different data set, I mean, you can do all these kind of insights from that. Now one thing that I realized is that if you have, for instance, if you have channel A, right? So if you have, say, channel, so let's say we have channel A, right? Channel A is having views, it's having 1 million views. Okay, and having let's say likes, it has, say, 27 likes. Okay, 27,000 likes. And then let's say for dislike, let's say it has say 8,000 dislikes. Okay, 8k dislikes. And then let's say we have another channel, right? Channel B, and channel B is having views to be, let's say, 200 views, right? And it has likes to be, say, 10 likes, and dislikes, okay, it has dislikes of, say, 1 dislike. Okay, now if we are doing this kind of analysis and we are saying that channel A, right, channel A is having too much dislikes, okay, and we are saying that channel B is better than channel A because channel A is having too much of dislikes. Okay, let's say we are doing the analysis based on dislikes, and then we compare channel A with channel B, right? And then we see that channel A is having 8,000 dislikes, and channel B is having only 1 dislike. Okay, now if we pick just this information, right, we're gonna have a bias analysis. Okay, we're going to have bias analysis because we did not take into consideration the number of views that channel A is having, and even the number of likes that channel A is having. Okay, so this kind of analysis is going to give us a bias analysis. All right, so what I want to do next is that I want to also check the percentage, or I want to put them into percentage, because if you have more views, right, and your likes are also higher, right, you should have some sort of percentage, right, with respect to the number of views that each of these ones are having. So I cannot rate this channel as the same with this one based on their dislikes or based on their likes or something, right? I'm really gonna have a bias analysis over here, right? If again I say that channel A is having 27 likes, okay, and channel B is having 10 likes, okay, 10 likes, and then I'm saying that channel A is way better than channel B, right? If I'm doing that, I need to also make sure to take into consideration how many people have viewed channel A and how many people have viewed channel B. Channel B is having 200 views. Out of the 200, it has 10 likes. Okay, it has 10 likes, and channel A is having 1 million views, and out of that is having 27 likes. Okay, so I need to see the percentage so that I'll be able to have a real proportion to compare channel A and channel B. Okay, so that's basically what I'm gonna do next. All right, okay, so over here what I'm doing is that if I pick the video analysis, the view analysis that we created above, right, if I pick the likes, I add it to the dislikes, okay, and divide it by the total view count, okay, and then I'll multiply it by 100, right, and I'm rounding it, as you can see over here, I'm rounding it to 2 decimal places. Okay, if I take that one off, right, I'm just gonna have quite a lot of data points in there. Decimal after that, I'm gonna have a lot of decimal points in there. That's why I added the round. Okay, so let me undo and then add the round and then rerun it. Okay, so that's why you see only 2 decimal places. Okay, so this one is gonna give me the response percentage, so based on their likes and dislikes and their view count, okay, respectively. So this one is more representative of the various categories and the counts. okay, or the various view count, likes and dislikes. Okay, this is more representative. So now I'm going to use that one to do the analysis instead of just using the raw values over here. All right. Okay, so let's do it again. I'm going to plot it for you to see. I'm just plotting the video categories as against the response percentage. Okay, that's the only thing that I'm doing here, setting the title and stuff. All right, so here you can see that when we do that, you can see that classics and then sports is having the highest it's having the highest responses over here, right? Even the shows that earlier on was having a very low count is not that low, as you can see over here. And even family is not that bad, right? But earlier on when we checked, we saw that when we check based on the view count, we saw that the foreign was the one having the largest view count over here, right? And the largest likes and comment count and all that, right? But when we use the percentage, you see that we're having a different view altogether. Okay, right. So now I'm just here I'm just selecting the sports and then the classic, right? Because when we did this one, we saw that classic is having a whole lot of counts over there, and then sports as well, right? So I just want to see sample of those videos in there, right? So that's what I'm doing. So you can see these are some of the videos in there with their video titles in there. So if you have this kind of analysis, if it's a customer data or product analysis data, you can just fish out what those products are, okay, by using this, doing this kind of analysis. So I'm using is in function. Okay, I'm going to the video category and I'm saying that any of the video category that is in sports or classic, just give me a sample of 20. Okay, that's basically what I'm doing over here. All right, then I'm going to do that for the likes, the dislikes, the comments, and then the percentage. Okay, so when I pick the likes from the df_views analysis, right, when I pick the likes, I just multiply by 100 divided by the total view count, and I do the same thing for dislike, right? And I do the same thing for the comment as well. Okay, and I'm creating a new column for each of these ones calculations that I'm doing, right? And I'm also adding the comment over there. All right, so once I do that, now I have my video category, the view count, likes, blah blah blah, but I have the response percentage as well. I have the like percentage, dislike percentage, then I have the comment percentage. Remember this comment that I added, right? This comment that I added, I just got it from the df_comment, right? Then I added to this new df_views analysis. Okay, all right. So that's what I'm going to use over here. I'm going to use that one to do some plotting over here for you to see. So I'm plotting the video categories, right? I'm plotting the video categories as against their count, their respective counts. That is the likes percentage, dislike, and then comments percentage. Okay, so you can see that if you pick, say, anime or animation, right, you see that we have different counts over there, right? The blue one is the likes. Okay, the blue one is the likes, the orange is the dislike, and then the green is the comment. So you can see that most of them has huge like percentages. Okay, classic is the one having the highest like percentages, followed by shorts, right, followed by shorts, and then I think shows and family. Okay, all right. So you can just maybe select the top 3 categories that are having the most likes or something like that. Okay, in case you want to do more analysis on that. All right, now we're also going to see the comment percentage versus the type of video, that is which video is having the most comment over there, right? So here I'm doing the video category as against the comment percentage. Okay, let's run that. All right, now you can see that comedy is having the highest comments over there, right, followed by shorts. All right, so this one that I put here, I should make it short. All right, All right, and I'm going to do the same for the dislike. Okay, so here I did it for the comment percentage. I'm going to do it for dislike as well. Which category is having the most dislike? So you can see horror. Yeah, horror movies, movies or channels that have that are in the category of horror, right? They have the most dislikes. Okay, followed by shorts. All right, and let's see the likes. Okay, now I'm doing it for likes as well. All right, and I think classic and short, again family and drama, right? They have the most likes. Right, now I'm going to do it for the channel itself instead of just the category. All right, so I'm creating a new variables here, right? df underscore channel, which is just gonna be all the channels based on their view count. Okay, and then I'm also going to get all the likes for the channels, okay, dislikes for the channels, the comment count for the channels, right? And then I'm just storing them in a variable. Then after that I just add all of them together on the same on the first one that I created, just like we did up there, right? So if we run that, you can see that we have channel title, their view count, likes, dislikes, and comments. Okay, all right, then I'm going to just sort them in order, right, in ascending order, that is from the highest to the smallest, and I'm just showing you 25 of them. Okay, because here they are not sorted, so you will not really see which channel has the most view count. Okay, you can do it for which channel has the most likes or dislikes or whatever. Here I'm just doing it for view count. All right, so you can do this. If we do that, you see that T series is the one having the highest view count in there. Okay, T series is that channel, has a lot of views in there. So let's plot that over here, right? So the channel title as against the view count. Okay, let's plot that. All right, now if we see that, you see that we have T series, as we saw earlier on, having the highest count, and then followed by Vijay Television, followed by 𝗗𝘹𝘆𝘁 Vlogs, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right, now let's see the channel versus the total likes. Okay, so channel title and then the likes. Okay, let's see which channel has the most likes. Okay, so that's 𝗗𝘹𝘆𝘁 Vlogs, right, followed by this and which is Bactan TV and Blackpink, and so on and so forth. All right, now let's see the ones having the most comments, right? So channel against the comment. All right, the code is just the same thing, you just change their values in there. Okay, so hype labels, Blackpink, big hit labels, and so on, they are the ones having the highest comments in there, right? Okay, so now we're going to do something quite different here. We're going to see which ones are having the number of the videos that trend, the number of days that the video trends. Okay, so I'm creating a function here called fetch video, right? And then it's going to contain a value, whatever value that is going to come, I'm going to feed it to this number of days in trending. Remember, we created this number of days in trending up here somewhere, and I told you we will use it later on, right? Probably I should bring it down, right, instead of leaving it up here. I just want to see what it is, then I'll just bring it down. Okay, let's go down here. I'll do search and then I'll find it, instead of just using my eyes to fish it out. Let me just copy it and then I'll do it this way, right? Okay, now it's here, right? So this is the one that I'm talking about. So I'm going to do this. I'm just gonna push it down to where I need it. Okay, here. All right, okay, so that's basically what I'm going to use over here, right? Number of days in trending. So I'm creating that function. Let me run it, right? And then we're going to use that function over here, right? So if I go into my df underscore underscore max videos, right, and then I get a video ID, then I apply this fetch when you fetch video times over there, right? Let me do that, then I'll show you. And I'm storing that in a new column called times in trending. Okay, so if you see it over here, see that times in trending. So the video can trend for say 3 days, 2 days, 7 days, and so on. Okay, something like that. Right, so that's basically what I want. So now I'm going to do it in descending order. So I'm setting the ascending equals 4 so that it will do it in descending order. That is from the highest to the smallest. Okay, so if you go to the column that we just created, we see that times in trending. So the video can trend maximum 19 days. Okay, the video that trended, I mean, with respect to this data set, the video trended for say 19 days, right? You can see that kind of the video title is here, right? So it's coming from T-series. Okay, and it's falls into category of comedy. Okay, the next one is foreign. So most of them is either comedy or foreign, something like that, right? And then some of them too in family. All right, let's go down here. Those are the categories that really trend. All right, so now I'm going to do the channel video versus the number of times that it is trending. Okay, so here you can see that I'm selecting the channel title and then the times in trending column. Okay, that's the only thing. The code is just the same as we did above. All right, so here you can see most of them is the videos are coming from T-series, India Eat Mania, something originals over here, right? Suyash vlogs and so on and so forth, right? So these are the channels having some videos that really trend. Okay, all right, now let's say the top 30 channels whose videos are in trending. Okay, the top 30. So I'm just going to group the data by the channel title respect to the times in trending, right? And then I'm summing it and then resetting the index over here, right? And then once I do that, now I'm going to aggregate them, right? I'm going to aggregate them based on the video category. All right, and then once I do that, I also again aggregate them based on the channel, and then I store it in another column called majority video. Majority videos category type over there, right? So that's basically what we're going to use going forward. And I'm making sure that I'm sorting it, okay, from the highest to the smallest. So for that, I set the ascending equals false over there, right? And I'm selecting the 30 since we say we want top 30 channels. All right, so let's do that. Great. So these are the the new column that we created, majority videos category type. Okay, and I sorted it so you can see VJ television, 𝗗𝘆𝘁𝗶𝗰𝘀 vlogs and stuff like that, the number of times that it has trended, and then the category that they fall into. Okay, all right, so now let's visualize it and see. All right, so this is how the visualization looks like. VJ television, 𝗗𝘆𝘁. It's just the same thing that we saw over here, right? This is in a tabular form, this is in a visualization form. Okay, all right, now let's see the categories with the categories versus the total number of times that a video has been trending. Okay, so in this case I'm doing it majority videos category type as against the times in trending. All right, so let's do that. So you can see that foreign is way ahead of each of the other categories, right? Foreign, the videos that have the tag to be foreign are really much trending, right? They are really much trendy videos in there, right? Followed by comedy, right? And then the other categories will follow suit. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to create a new column that is going to calculate the number of days for a video to be in trending. Okay, the number of days for the video to be in trending. So what I'm doing is that if I go into my df underscore minimum views, right, I'm going to select the trending date, right, and I'm going to split it based on any white space. If I show you that, right, so here is I'm going into the df underscore min, right, and then I'm selecting the trending date. If I do that, right, so it's gonna give me all the dates over there, the date and the time, right? Now if you see that for this first date and time, right, after that you can see that there's white space over here, right, white space over here before it gets to the second date and time, and then white space right like that. right? So from here you see that there's just white space over there before it gets to the second one. The second date is also having a white space over there before it gets to the next one. So this one over here, this one here is a regular expression. Okay, it's a regular expression, just a Python. It's one of the Python expressions. Okay, so we use that one, and then we're splitting, right? We're splitting the date based on that white space. So which means that once we encounter a white space over here, it means that that date has ended. Okay, and then we should capture this date, and then we start capturing this one, then we start capturing this one. Okay, all right, so that's basically what I'm doing over here for the trending date and also for the published art. Okay, all right, so that's basically what I'm doing, and then I'm storing them in a new column called joined trending, and then uploaded time. Okay, so the published art is just going to give me the date that the video was published. Okay, that is was published at what date. So that's when I get the date, I just put it at that new column called uploaded date, uploaded time, right? And then for the channel one, once I get the date, I put it at the date that the channel joined the trending mode. That's the date that the channel started trending. All right, and what else? Now I'm doing the calculation, right? So the joined trending minus the uploaded time, the time that it was uploaded. Okay, so if I find a difference, I will know how many times or how many days that it took for that particular video to be in trending. Okay, all right, so that's basically what I'm doing over here. All right, but if for instance I get negative value over there, then I'll make it 0. Okay, otherwise the value is just going to remain the same value that I got, right? Because it's possible that I might have a value over here for the uploaded time to be greater than the value over here. In that case, I'm gonna get a negative value. So if I get a negative value, I just make it 0. Okay, something like that. Otherwise I'll just get, otherwise I'll maintain the value that I'll get. All right, that I'm just showing you just a sample of 10 samples over here. Okay, so if we go here, you see that I have days taken to be in trendy. I have some 0 in there, 1, and so on. Okay, so I mean we have different dates, different days that the video has been in trend. Okay, if it hasn't been in trend, it's just gonna be 0, right? So this one, it's joined the trend and for a period of 1 day. Okay, all right, so now we're going to check this, the average number of days that a video took to be in trending. Okay, so here I'm going to plot the video category as against the days that it was in trending. Okay, let's run that and see. All right, so now you can see that shows and then science and technology videos can really stay in trending for quite a number of times. Okay, a number of times, followed by sci-fi or fantasy, and then the drama ones. Okay, all right, so you can see that these are very, very interesting, and you can go on and on and on and on and do a lot of analysis on this. And in fact, I've given you a hint over here, some of the things that you can even still do based on this data set. Okay, we've done quite a lot of analysis so far, right? But you can still do a lot. You can, the more you do, the more you get to understand it, right? If you're just watching me doing it, you will not really get how you don't get a feel of it. You need to get your hands dirty to get to understand it. Okay, so going forward, I want you to check which category of videos have the comments disabled. Okay, and then which, if you see the data that we have, let's go all the way up to see the DF column. Okay, or maybe I can just show you down here. If you see the DF, let's see df.head. I hope I did not drop it though. Let's see. Okay, so we have let's see. Okay, you see that we have comments disabled over there, right? So, and then we have ratings disabled and so on. So I want you to check which of the video categories are having their comments disabled. Okay, and then those that are having their ratings disabled. Okay, and then those that are having the most watched videos in overall, right, based on the year. okay, based on the year and also based on the category. So in a particular year, say 2022, which videos or which channels got the most viewed, or which video got the most views, okay. And then year wise, the number of videos published which were trending, okay, the number of videos published which were trending, and also distribution of the numerical columns, right, and also the correlation between the numerical variables. Then you plot an LM plot and then reg plot, right, with the numerical and categorical variables combined, right. So I mean, you can also continuously add some analysis that you want, okay, some analysis that you want to do based on this data set, okay. And then once you're done, you can upload it to your Google Drive, and then you send the link to me directly for me to review for you, okay, at the course page, right. And you can also, if you're using Google Colab like I'm using, you see that we have a share button over here. Once you click on the share button, you can just go here. You see that if you click on that, we have restricted. Make sure that you make it anyone with the link can view, okay. If you make it edit, I can edit, or I mean, if you share the link with anyone, the person can just edit your code and do. But if you don't want the person to edit it, you can make it in view, okay. So you can do that, and then you copy the link and then you share the link with me, so that I'll be able to check it for you, okay, to see what else you did and how best you can even improve it, okay. All right, so I hope you've loved this, and I mean, it's quite a lot of analysis over here, and I hope to really see you do quite a lot on this data set as well, because there's a lot you can do, right? And the more you do it, the more you get to learn, and the more you get to be good at it, okay. All right, so hope to see your analysis soon. Have a nice day.